Former 911 operator who cut short thousands of calls is sentenced to 10 days. Only 10 days. I saw this story on Donkey of the Day, with meaning to do a video on it, but look at this woman. No remorse. No remorse in her eyes. Let's read this here. Prosecutors said former 911 operator Krishanda Williams was involved in thousands of very short emergency calls, triggering suspicion. An unconscious woman, a robbery in progress, cars racing on the interstate. All of these incidents led people to call Houston's 911 system, but not for long. These were among thousands of calls that were cut short by an operator who Harris County prosecutors said simply hung up on the callers. The former operator is Crenshaw Williams, who has been sentenced to 10 days in jail and 18 months on probation on 2 counts of interfering with an emergency telephone call. Ain't nobody got time for this, for real. Williams was recorded saying after ending a call in which a security guard had tried to report 2 cars driving at high speeds on Interstate 45 South. Williams worked at the Houston Emergency Center for about a year and a half before she was fired in 2016. Her supervisor has realized Williams was responsible for cutting off emergency calls after just a few seconds, often forcing callers to try again and to wonder why they couldn't get help. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue down here. At the time, Williams reportedly told police that she simply didn't want to talk to anyone. Her attorney recently said she was going through a hard time in her life. Bullshit. Stop right there. Bullshit. I have women in my family. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, especially Sims, in my family, who used to be around me, like friends, they always tell me that I hate women, and it's not that. It's just that I call out their bullshit and I don't stand for their foolishness. I have women in my family who do a lot of foolishness all the time, and there's always an excuse for them. And the excuse is always that she's going through something. She's having a rough time. She's going through a hard time. She's on her what do you call that? Her period. There's always an excuse for them for doing bullshit all the time. It's to the point where I don't really mess with a lot of females in my family. My cousins, some of them, I just cut them off. There's always an excuse for their bullshit behavior all the time. No consequences. But if I do something, if another male in my family does something, oh, you need to man up. Oh, you need to. Oh, you're a man. You shouldn't do this, and that is wrong. We get okay. Let me continue. I'm getting besides myself here. Where was I? Prosecutors said the abnormally short 911 calls happened thousands of times on Williams' watch at court. Prosecutor Lauren Reeder of the Harris County District Attorney Office said the public needs to be able to rely on 911 system, the Chronicle reported. When Williams was arrested in October 2016, KPRC TV recounted several of the calls that she was accused of cutting short. One of the callers, I really don't want to read all of this. Listen, you guys go read the story, okay? You guys can go read the story for yourself, right? But I've been meaning to do a video about how women slow up the world. Now, this is going to be very harsh. This is going to be very harsh. But I was at Century 21 yesterday, and there was a bunch of females. A bunch of females were there, right? I would probably say like 85% females or 90% females worked there. And I felt good, seeing females being employed and stuff. But I'm conflicted with it because sometimes, especially when it's a black female, oh my gosh, the service is horrible. You do get like bad service from some white females now that the racial tension is so high. I've experienced it with some white females. But the attitudes of some of these black women, I'm telling you, listen, on the job, when you have females on the job, and I'm not talking just black women, I'm talking females on a whole, right? They slow up the job. They move slow. They're talking on the phone. The other day I had to get on this female for talking on the damn phone when I was trying to buy a ticket at the train station. She made me miss the damn train. Okay? Because she was talking on the phone using one hand to do her job. I should have reported her, but I didn't want her to lose her job, but I had to tell her my mind. When they're on the job, they cry for this Me Too and this Time's Up, and they talk about sexual harassment while wearing these short skirts to work. The other day, a lot of companies didn't want to have like Christmas parties because they fear that Me Too shit started by women depriving people of that end of year fun where people get together at their jobs and socialize, all because of women. There are many times, because I don't drive when I'm going to the city, right? When I'm in New York, I don't drive. Only when I'm home. You're driving in New York City is hectic, so I take the trains there. So you have like the escalators, right? Like especially at World Trade Center. There's a new mall there. You have like the escalators and stuff. Now normally, and Penn Station. Normally on the escalators, on the right side, that's where the people who want to stand still and ride the escalator all the way to the top, they stand there. On the left side, that's for like people who want to walk up the escalator to get up quickly. No, 100% of the times, 100% of the times, on the left side, for people to walk up the escalator steps, a female stops there so she can talk to her friend. A female stops there. Many times I have to be like, excuse me, this is for people to walk. If you want to stand still and talk to your friend, you go on the other side, on the right side. And this happens every single day. On the regular steps, not the escalators, but the regular stairs, you will have like people going up the steps and you have two lanes, right? And you'll find females walking in the middle of the damn steps. Now, nobody can pass. I've seen it happen many times. Black women, white women, Asian women, Hispanic women, it doesn't matter. Look at a lot of these movies where you see a guy trying to save a girl. She's always slowing him down. They're trying to get out of a burning building or a collapsing building or something, and he's telling her to run, or he's holding on to her hand to run with him. She stops screaming because a pillar fell down or the roof was collapsing, and then he has to turn back to go save her. They slow up everything. Now this female here slowed up. She slowed up everything at the call center. She slowed up people's lives. I heard that somebody died. because of what she did. Somebody got robbed and died. That person's life could have been saved if she answered the goddamn phone. On the jobs, they have all of this this gossiping and all of this. They slow up the world. I'm telling you. Let's go back to that Bible. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, that bitch ate that fruit. Okay? And according to that Bible, she brought sin into the world. Because the man was given instructions not to eat that fruit, that peanut, that chicken, whatever he was not supposed to eat, and he didn't eat it until that female came along. Because they don't like rules. They don't like regulations. They don't. I've been to many stores and the line is long and it's always a female grumbling. Or she's trying to jump the line to use her femininity to get seen before everybody else. I've seen this many times. Something is wrong with them. And this is why I say I'm conflicted, because I see women having jobs and it's cool and everything, but then sometimes I'm like, yo, let them stay home. Because the service is poor. They're never happy. You look at their faces, they're always upset about something. I mean, the hell. I've been to stores seeing two cashiers arguing, grumbling. And some of them are slow as fuck. You're standing on the line like, what the hell is she doing? That's why I say I'm conflicted, because everybody, people have to survive. People have to survive. Some people, they rely on getting jobs. Some people, they can create their own jobs, like myself, but, I mean, females slow up the work. Everybody has to stop and pay them some attention. Everybody has to stop. I forget which guy said it, but there was a rich guy who said that he was giving advice to men who desire to be rich, and he said that do not get married before you get rich, or do not get in a committed relationship, because that woman is going to be a distraction. And it's true. He says after you get rich, then you get married. But once you're on that road to riches, that female is going to be a distraction. And I agree. Many times I'm driving on the highway, and in the fast lane, there's a female driving slow. Now sometimes you'll see an old white guy or an old black man doing that, but most of the time it's a female. And you're scratching your head like, yo, what's going on here? Just creeping on the road. It never fails. I see it every day with females going up the steps, riding the escalator, all the time. All races of females. They don't give a shit. Now, I think that this female should spend at least 5 years in prison, okay? She should spend at least 5 years in prison, because I'm tired of people treating women as if they're children. They're not children. They sometimes act like it, but they're not children. They're grown women. How in the hell are you going to sentence her to 10 days and 18 months probation after what she did? And they're making excuses for what she did? This shit is getting on my nerves, man. It's getting on my nerves. I've had to deal with it in my own family. No matter what a female does in my family, there's an excuse for what she does. She's never held accountable for anything. I am the only person who holds them accountable for what they do. And when I do it, I'm hated. They say I hate women, I bash women, I'm a woman hater, and I get this from both females and males. This story is disgusting. The women need to be punished accordingly. They need to be punished. There shouldn't be a difference in punishment between male and female. You should be punished for the crime. If a dog committed that crime, he should get the punishment that is due for that crime. If a rat committed that crime, he should get the same punishment. If a bird did it, same punishment. If a female, male, rat, roach, it doesn't matter. They should get the punishment for the crime. The punishment should not be dependent on gender. This is bullshit. I'm out, yo.